Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And in today's episode of Flipping Computers Until I Can Buy a Bitcoin, on the last episode, I told you I was going to start selling on Jawa because I had my problems with eBay and Shopify and other online platforms, but I had some friends that were on Jawa. Shout out Northern Lights Computers. He's one of the more predominant ones that uses it quite often, and he's had no problems. So I was like, let's do it. Let's do some Jawa. And as you can see, we already sold one. Sold out. It's because there was only one. Let me flip it around. Pretty pumped about it. They do take a fee. They do take a cut. It is what it is. Keep stuff moving. All right, so far I ended up putting on one of my small form factor little, budget. It's got a 6700K in it. It's also got a WX 4100 AMD Fire Pro card, 4GB card. 500 gig SSD, 120 gig SSD with a 1TB hard drive. Put it up for $169, but people can make lower offers. I think minimum offer was $100, and then it's plus shipping. None of these include shipping. And then this one right here is that 570 with the 8-core, 16-thread Intel, 16 gigs of RAM, I believe, on this one. I'm not sure. And then 500 gig NVMe or M.2. 259. I think I said the lowest I would accept was 200 if people made an offer. I put this one up though. That was that 12-core, 24-thread Xeon with a 1660 Super, 500 gig SSD with a 1TB hard drive. Put it up for $399 or best offer, and I ended up taking an offer right at 300 or 310 bucks. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. There we go. I don't want to leak the person's name, but yeah, they offered 300 and I took it. Mainly, I would have liked to get more for this, but you know what? Get some systems moving, get some stuff flowing. Now, the fee after everything, my payout from $300 was $260. So there was not much profit in this build at all, but we're moving it out the door. I'm going to end up including this one on the breakdown at the end of the video. But I just wanted to show that, if you sold something for $300, you end up with 260. What's that come out to in fees? Hold on. All right, so it looks like I am in the 9% plus a 3% processing fee, which, 300 times, what is that? 0.0, no, that would be math. 300 times 0.12. 9 plus 3 is 12. So we had a $36 fee, so minus 300, 260 bucks roughly. It looks like I ended up paying a little bit more fees than that. I did that backwards though. I'm supposed to do 300 minus 36, but same difference. I don't know why I didn't get 264 and I only got 260. I'm not quite sure, but hold on. Let me view details. Oh, okay, there it explains it, because that $3.75 came out for the shipping insurance. So yeah, the platform fee was $36 on the dot like it was supposed to be. So we're good. Jawa is good. It's not great. It's kind of high, honestly. You know what? We're just not going to think about it. We're just going to try to plan that in to make sure that we actually make profit and we can keep them rolling. If we can't make as much profit, but we can keep systems moving, then I guess it's a win-win. Now let's go outside and take a look at the other systems I'm getting on the online. All right, so we're back out in the garage. I am not giving up on my local market. I actually have a guy coming potentially tomorrow, but I never count my chickens before they hatch because Facebook Marketplace is literally like gambling. Somebody could be like, I'm on the way to you now. Wait. Don't sell it, I'll send you a deposit. And then you never hear from them again and they block you. So I do have verified meetup locations and I tell them that ahead of time. Hey, we're meeting at the police department, or we're meeting at the meetup location at a local church. And most people are like, yeah, that's awesome, that's great. And then people just don't show up. So that's been lovely. I've been blown off multiple times over the last few days. So it was nice to just get a little sale on Jawa. But this is the computer that I'm shipping out tomorrow. It's Sunday today. Tomorrow's Monday. I believe Jawa gives you 3 business days. I'm trying not to wait on that. Just get them out as fast as I can. The issue though is I mislabeled this computer. I know I did bad. So I said it had a 500 gig SSD. It actually has a 250 gig SSD. So I'm gonna have to remove that, put a 500 gig in, reinstall Windows, reinstall the drivers, and then we're good to go. So I know when I plugged everything in just to double check and make sure, I was like, oh yeah, that's great. And I even have like this awesome labeling system that I print out a label and stick it on, so then I don't forget what each system has in it. Like see down there, that one's got a label on it, and I just don't know how, but I mislabeled it. I said it had a 500 and it doesn't have a 500. So go Brandon. All right, let me get this pulled out. All right, so we're reinstalling Windows onto the system that was sold on Jawa, and then we'll reassemble everything and get it packed up and ready for shipping. Speaking of packaging and stuff, pro tip: if you have desktops but you don't have boxes for them and you're going to plan on selling more desktops, obviously you can go out and buy boxes, or you can just buy more cases. So I just bought another case. This is one of the Ep1.5. It's a white case. I think it has RGB fans in it. Came with a box. So my plan is I'm going to put the original computer inside of the box, and then I'm going to probably put that inside of another box. I think I have another big box over there, so then I might wrap this box with bubble wrap inside of that other box, because I want to make sure everything can be really safe and secure. And apparently under the Jawa like shipping protection thing, you do need to double box desktops. Apparently that's a needed or a must do. And this one has a tempered glass side panel, so we definitely want to make sure that side panel is a-okay. So yeah, as soon as Windows gets done installing this and we do the drivers, then I can get it boxed up, and then we can start building out the Ep1.5. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. If I can link it down below, I will. I don't know. All right, so just whipped this one together. Let me pull the cover off. This is actually a Corsair case that I had kicking around. I figured I'd build out my used inventory before we start dealing with new cases. So I'm gonna order another new case, and that'll be the box for this one. But this is actually a nicer case. The only issue is it does have a dent down in the back bottom, so I gotta make sure to disclose that. And yeah, should make somebody a nice little scratch and dent system. So let's pull this bad boy off. Let's set this glass down here very carefully. All right, so what you're looking at here is a i7 8700, not a K model, just a regular one. So that's 6 cores, 12 threads. We have 16 gigs of mismatch DDR4 RAM with a RX 580 8GB Red Devil card. So nothing too fancy. We have a 500 gig SSD in there, and I don't know if I'm going to pair a 1 terabyte in here or not. Should I? Should I put a 1 terabyte in there? I'm not sure. But it also has some RGB fans, so that's nice and cool. And then, of course, tempered glass side panel, and probably could use an RGB fan there, but it's got a little RGB fan right here on the cooler. So we'll get it fired up here in a second, get Windows installed on it, and then take pictures of it and get it listed on Jawa and also Facebook Marketplace. Oh yes, fancy lights. So it looks like these are pulsing, and that one's just like stuck RGBing, so they're not on any kind of RGB controller. They're just going nuts. I still have to plug those fan headers in because it looks like only one of them's running right now. And then it does still have the plastic on this glass. The plastic is kind of like scratched. I'd rather just leave the plastic on there. They can peel it and get fresh glass. So I'm getting pretty hot. This system's almost done installing Windows. It's doing updating Windows. Ugh, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, let me get that sticker off there. But yeah, so for right now, let's go inside and let's update our spreadsheet and show that we actually sold the system and we're getting closer to buying some more Bitcoin. Because I'm sweating. It is hot. Oh, hello, kitty cat. All right, guys, so back over here on the chart. This is now our 4th confirmed sale. Obviously not a lot of profit on this one. Our cost was a little bit higher. I think the 1660 Super ate up a little bit more on this build. But we still ended up profiting $50, so went ahead and dumped that into Bitcoin. As of today, Bitcoin is at $117,925. So we were able to pick up 42,000 Satoshis, which is 0.000421009, and that puts our total BTC bought at a rolling tally of 0.00360,174. So luckily enough, I don't need any of this money to reinvest back into other builds because I have so many parts and so much stuff on hand that I'm able to just keep it rolling, so to speak. Hopefully I'm going to see some more good luck, and maybe Jawa will be nice to me and we can get some stuff sold. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to wish you guys a good evening, and if you have any recommendations, comments, questions, concerns, anything at all, please comment down below, let me know. And if you want to, you can go over to my Jawa store, link in the description, and you can follow me, I think. I don't know what else you can do on there. I'm still learning Jawa. Anyway, later guys.